If you're looking to master factors and finding the highest common factor ready for your GCSEs, then you've come to the right place. If you want to take part in this video lesson and have a go at some questions for yourself, you will need a pen and something to write on. A calculator is optional. If you know your times tables pretty well, then you'll be fine. But if you want one just in case, then go ahead and grab one too. We're going to jump straight into the video, so if you need another moment to read the task board, pause the video now so you can see what's coming up and hit play when you're ready. First of all, we need to know what a factor is. Factors are numbers that divide evenly into the number itself that we are looking at. People often find factors in pairs of integers or whole numbers that multiply to get that number. For example, if we're looking at factors of 20, one way to do this is to look for two numbers that times together to make 20. For example, 1 times 20 makes 20. 2 times 10 makes 20. And 4 times 5 make 20. Now, factors do always have to be whole numbers or integers, which means we don't have to worry about any decimals. And so these are all of the possible ways to multiply two numbers together to get 20. In an exam, you can set your answer out like this with the multiplication pairs, or you can write them in a list. Some people like to write them in order, so that would be 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. But it doesn't matter which way you want to write it in the exam. Any is fine as long as you show that you have found all of the factors. When we are asked to list the factors of a number, we can only get full marks in an exam if we list all of them. So we do need to make sure we've found them all. One way to do this is by looking at where we meet in the middle. So, for example, when I did 1 times 20, that's the very outer limits. That's the smallest number and the biggest number that multiply to get 20. And then we're kind of working our way in. So it's 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. And there are no integers between 4 and 5. So because I've met in the middle, I know I've got them all. If we go to list the factors of 24, then we can do 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, and then the only other number I could try would be 5, because that's between 4 and 6. But 5 times 5 doesn't make 24, so we know it can't go in there. So again, that means we've got all of the factors. Notice with this, knowing my times tables has made this much easier. So I would really encourage you to go away and learn your times tables if you don't know them already. If you don't know how, there is a tip at the start of my video on multiplication strategies. And once again, you can list these in order. And once more, we will do factors of 100. So if you had a question asking you to list the factors of 100, this is what you would do. So we've got 1 times 100, 2 times 50. 3 doesn't go evenly into 100. We can do 4 times 25. We can do 5 times 20. 6 doesn't go into 100. Neither does 7, 8, 9. But 10 does, and that would be 10 times 10 because 100 is a square number. When we go to put that in our list, 2, 4, 5, we only have to put the 10 once. We don't have to repeat it. Like so. When we get a question asking us to find the highest common factor, we're going to list out the factors of both numbers and look for the largest one that's in both lists. Remember the word common meaning something that the two lists have in common, and we want the highest one. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And if you needed to find those in pairs like we did previously, that's absolutely fine. And the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. Hopefully what you'll see is there are lots of common factors. There's 1 and 1, that's in both lists. 2 is in both lists. 3 is in both lists. And 6 is in both lists. So there are 4 common factors, but we are only interested in the highest common factor, so the largest common factor, which in this case is 6. Here's a question for you to have a go at. Pause the video so you've got time to do it because I'm going to go straight through the answers. Starting with the factors of 20, we've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 10 and 20. And the factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. Once again, really handy knowing your times tables to be able to just reel them off like that. And once again, we've got more than one common factor. We've got 1, 2 and 4 are all common factors, the highest of those being the 4. So the highest common factor this time is 4. Let's have a go at another one. So we have got 16 and 32. Factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. The factors of 32 are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32. That's because 16 itself goes into 32, so all of the factors of 16 will also be factors of 32, in addition to 32 having the number itself, which means the highest common factor this time is 16. Here's one more for you to have a go at. Remember to pause the video so you've got time to do it. The factors of 50 are 1, 2, 5, 10, 25 and 50. And the factors of 75 are 1, 3, 5, 15, 25 and 75. So hopefully we can see here that the highest common factor is 25. And now we'll do some multiple choice questions just to test your knowledge. I will put a 10-second timer for each question on the board. However, if that doesn't work for you, don't worry. You can just pause the video and do the questions at your own pace. Question 1. Which of these is a factor of 21? So your options are 2, 3, 4 and 5. Only one of these is actually a factor of 21. If you said B3, you would be correct. Which of these is a factor of 32? Here are your options. We've got 3, 5, 8 and 9. If you said C8, you would be correct. Which of these is a factor of both 10 and 16? So we're looking for a common factor here. Which of these numbers, we've got 2, 4, 8 and 10, are factors of both 10 and 16? If you said A2, that is correct. 4 is a factor of 16, so is 8, but neither are factors of 10, and 10 is a factor of 10, but not of 16. What is the highest common factor of 20 and 28? These are your options, and you might need to write something down to help you with this one. If you said C, answer 4, that would be correct. For this last part of the lesson, here are 8 questions, first listing factors and then finding the highest common factor for you to have a go at and just get a bit of independent practice in. I will be popping the answers on screen in just a second, so this is your chance to pause the video so you've got time to do them. And here are your answers. Take care when checking those lists to make sure you've got them all. Hopefully you're on the right track and getting most, if not all of these questions correct. If not, don't worry, you may just need to go back and watch the examples again. If you've got any questions about this, if there's anything you can't figure out for yourself, then please drop it down in the comments below. We do aim to try and answer all of your questions related to the content in each video. But all that remains to be said is well done for taking part in this video lesson. Every bit of revision you do will help you towards getting a better grade at your GCSEs. Remember to subscribe for more video lessons, and if you also like short form content such as revision quizzes and tips, then make sure you're following us over on TikTok and Instagram as well. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Charlotte, and I will see you in another one soon.